Expect more. This is Channel 6 News at 10.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Curran.
And I'm Leslie Draffin.
We begin tonight in North Waco, where residents are speaking out when it comes to crime in their area.
Channel 6 News reporter Chris Rogers spoke to police and those who live in that area and joins us now with more. Chris.
Doug and Leslie, after speaking to people who live in North Waco, some of them told us crime was a real problem. So we set out to see just how big of an issue it really was. We broke down the numbers, and here's what we found out. After a known drug dealer ran over a Waco police officer Tuesday morning, it shined a light on a crime problem residents say has become increasingly worse in North Waco. It's an issue that could in part be sparked by the prevalence of drugs in the area.
I can tell you that some parts of town you may see them a little more openly than you do in others. North Waco is one of those areas where you may see drugs a little more openly than others.
According to the Waco Police Department, in this concentrated area of North Waco, there have been 566 narcotics arrests since January of 2015. In that same time period, there have been 1,432 assaults and 7 murders. It's a drug and crime problem that people who live in the area say they've seen firsthand.
You got a lot of drug dealers out, smoking pot and all that, so.
And police say drugs can often be a gateway to other crimes, making neighborhoods with a heavy drug presence a dangerous place to live.
There are quality of life issues for the people that live around a drug dealer or around a house that's a drug house. Cars coming and going, shots fired at the house, disturbances at the home, robberies, things like that.
And residents say that's exactly what's happened. In fact, most say it's more uncommon to see a house that hasn't been broken into than has.
And this one over here, they tried to break in their house twice. And then my neighbor across the street, and the other one across the street, the people, breaking in.
Let's see, we've had a couple of break-ins right here on this block. We've had car break-ins.
But police are now working to combat the problem by using crime analysis data to pinpoint problem areas and work to get ahead of crime before it happens.
But we want to be able to do some forecasting and be able to say, in this neighborhood, you're most likely to see drug dealing or burglaries during these hours.
It's data that will prove useful in fighting back against a rising tide of crime in communities like North Waco and help work towards a safer city.
But what we are trying to do is provide resources to the areas that need it the most and need it most frequently, and we work around where crime happens.
Now, Doug and Leslie, police say it's important that the community works with police to clean up problem areas, and they are continuing to find new ways to combat drugs citywide. Doug, Leslie.